In the shadowy world of outlaw motorcycle clubs, few names strike fear like the Hells Angels, the Outlaws, or the Bandidos. But there's another club that has risen from the streets of East Los Angeles to become one of the most feared criminal organizations in the world. A club born from rejection, forged in violence, and built on a foundation of brotherhood and brutality. This is the Mongols Motorcycle Club, an organization that the federal government has spent decades trying to destroy. A club so dangerous that the ATF infiltrated them not once, but twice. A club that went to war with the mighty Hells Angels and survived. Today we're going deep inside the Mongols MC to reveal how this outlaw empire actually works, from their strict hierarchy and brutal initiation process to their criminal operations and their ongoing battle with law enforcement. This is the untold story of the Mongols Motorcycle Club. Number 01, Birth of an Outlaw Nation. To understand the Mongols, we need to go back to 1969, a time when America was deeply divided by the Vietnam War. Racial tensions were at a boiling point, and thousands of young veterans were returning home to a country that didn't want them. The outlaw motorcycle club scene was already well established. The Hells Angels, founded in 1948, dominated California. The Outlaws controlled the Midwest. The Pagans ruled the East Coast, and the Bandidos were rising in Texas. These were the Big Four, the most powerful outlaw motorcycle gangs in America. But there was a problem. These clubs, particularly the Hells Angels, had a strict policy. No Hispanic or African American members allowed. In the barrios of East Los Angeles, a group of Hispanic Vietnam veterans and motorcycle enthusiasts found themselves shut out of the very clubs they admired. They were told they could hang around, they could party with the Angels, but they could never wear the patch. They could never be full members. So, on December 5th, 1969, in Montebello, California, they decided to create their own club. They called themselves the Mongols, named after the fierce warriors of Genghis Khan, who conquered much of the known world in the 13th century. Their logo featured a sketch of a Mongol warrior on horseback, a symbol of their intent to ride hard and conquer territory. Among the founding members was Alfonso Big Al Atzeves, the club's first sergeant-at-arms. Atzeves embodied the type of man the Mongols would attract, damaged, violent, and looking for brotherhood. He had survived an abusive childhood and 2 tours in Vietnam with the 101st Airborne Division. The war had left him addicted to violence and adrenaline. The outlaw lifestyle gave him a new mission, a new family, and a new war to fight. Unlike some motorcycle clubs that started as social organizations and gradually drifted into crime, the Mongols embraced criminality from the beginning. In 1974, just 5 years after their founding, the club held a vote. The question was simple: should they fully commit to the criminal lifestyle? The vote passed unanimously. The Mongols were now officially an outlaw motorcycle gang. Number 02, the structure. How the Mongols actually operate. The Mongols Motorcycle Club is not just a gang. It's a highly organized criminal enterprise with a structure that mirrors both military units and mafia families. At the very top sits the national president, the supreme leader of the entire Mongols nation. Below him is the national vice president, the national sergeant-at-arms who handles security and enforcement, and the national secretary-treasurer who manages the club's finances. The organization is divided into chapters, local groups based in specific cities or regions. Each chapter operates semi-independently, but must answer to the mother chapter, which is based in Commerce, California. Every chapter pays dues to the mother chapter, and money flows upward through the organization. Each chapter has its own leadership structure, a chapter: president, vice president, sergeant-at-arms, and secretary-treasurer. The chapter president has absolute authority over his members within his territory. But here's what makes the Mongols different from a typical gang: their constitution. The club operates under a 70-page constitution that defines every aspect of Mongols' life: what members can and cannot do, how they must conduct themselves, and what the consequences are for breaking the rules. This isn't a loose collection of bikers. This is a disciplined criminal organization with rules, regulations, and a clear chain of command. Number 03. Becoming a Mongol. The brutal path to the patch. You can't just walk up to the Mongols and ask to join. Becoming a full patch member of the Mongols MC is a grueling process that can take anywhere from 6 months to 3 years. And many who try never make it. It starts with hanging around. You attend parties, you show up at club events, you prove that you're serious about the lifestyle. The members are watching you constantly, evaluating whether you have what it takes. If you pass this initial phase, you might be invited to become a prospect. This is where the real test begins. As a prospect, you are the lowest form of life in the club. You wear a prospect patch on your vest, and every full patch member has authority over you. If a member tells you to get him a beer, you get him a beer. If he tells you to watch his bike, you watch his bike. If he tells you to drive across the state at 3 a.m., you drive across the state. You do not question. You do not hesitate. You obey. Prospects are tested constantly. They're given dangerous tasks, humiliating assignments, and impossible orders, all designed to see if they'll break. The club needs to know, will you follow orders without question? Will you put the club before everything else in your life, your job, your family, even your own safety? And most importantly, are you a cop? The Mongols conduct extensive background checks on prospects using private investigators. They look into your past, your associates, your criminal record. They're looking for any sign that you might be law enforcement. If you survive the prospect phase and the members vote to accept you, you finally receive your full patch, the Mongols' colors. This is one of the proudest moments in a Mongol's life. You are now a full member of the Brotherhood. You are now part of the Mongols nation. But with that patch comes a lifetime commitment. Once you're in, getting out is nearly impossible, and leaving in bad standing can be a death sentence. Number 04. The Criminal Empire, How the Mongols Make Money. Make no mistake, the Mongols Motorcycle Club is a criminal organization. Law enforcement estimates that the club has between 800 and 2,000 full patch members worldwide, operating in 19 US states and countries across Europe, Asia, and Australia. Their primary source of income is drugs. The Mongols are heavily involved in the transportation and distribution of methamphetamine, cocaine, and marijuana. They have established connections with Mexican drug cartels, particularly the Tijuana cartel, giving them access to large quantities of narcotics. The club is also allied with prison gangs, most notably the Mexican Mafia, also known as La M, and the Sereno Coalition. These alliances give the Mongols protection inside California's prison system and access to distribution networks on the streets. But drugs aren't their only business. The Mongols are involved in interstate theft and trafficking of stolen motorcycles, illegal firearms, trafficking, extortion and protection rackets, prostitution, assault for hire, murder for hire. The club operates like a franchise. Individual members and chapters run their own criminal operations, but they must pay a percentage to the chapter, and the chapter pays dues to the mother chapter. It's a pyramid structure where money flows upward and orders flow downward. Violence is not just accepted in the Mongols, it's celebrated. Members who commit acts of violence on behalf of the club, particularly against rival gangs, earn respect and status. Those who kill members of the Hells Angels earn the ultimate honor, having the club's motto, "Respect few, fear none," tattooed on their bodies. Number 05. War with the Hells. Angels. From the moment the Mongols were founded, conflict with the Hells Angels was inevitable. The Angels viewed California as their territory, and they didn't appreciate a Hispanic motorcycle club challenging their dominance. The first major confrontation came in 1977 at a swap meet in Anaheim, California. A brawl broke out between the two clubs. No one was killed, but the message was clear. The Hells Angels and the Mongols were now enemies. On September 5, 1977, the conflict turned deadly. Mongols President Emerson Morris and member Raymond Smith were riding home from a bike run when they were ambushed by Hells Angels. Both men were gunned down and killed, but the Angels weren't finished. While the bodies awaited burial at Conrad Mortuary, someone delivered a bouquet of flowers in red and white, the Hells Angels' colors. Shortly after, a car bomb exploded at the mortuary, wounding 2 more Mongols. The Mongols responded with fury. What followed was a bloody war for control of California's methamphetamine trade. Mongols shot angels. Angels bombed Mongols. Bodies piled up on both sides. The violence was so intense that it threatened to bring down massive law enforcement attention on both clubs. Eventually, a truce was brokered. Under the terms of the agreement, the Mongols could keep their California rocker, the patch that says California on their vests, but they were forbidden from expanding into Northern California. The truth, as always, lies somewhere in between. What is undeniable is that the Mongols have survived everything thrown at them: wars with rival clubs, massive federal investigations, and the imprisonment of their leaders. They have proven to be resilient, adaptable, and absolutely committed to their way of life. The legacy of the Mongols. The story of the Mongols Motorcycle Club is a uniquely American tale, a story of men who felt rejected by society and created their own brotherhood, their own rules, and their own empire. Born from the discrimination faced by Hispanic veterans in the late 1960s, the Mongols have grown from a small group of outcasts in East Los Angeles into a global criminal organization with thousands of members across multiple continents. They have gone to war with the Hells Angels and survived. They have been infiltrated by federal agents and rebuilt. They have had their leaders imprisoned and replaced them. They have been declared a criminal enterprise by the government, yet they continue to recruit new members and expand into new territories. The Mongols operate under a strict hierarchy, with a detailed constitution that governs every aspect of club life. They have a brutal initiation process designed to weed out the weak and identify law enforcement infiltrators. They generate millions of dollars through drug trafficking, weapons smuggling, and other criminal activities. And they maintain a code of loyalty and brotherhood that demands members put the club above everything else, including their own lives. Law enforcement continues to target the Mongols, conducting investigations and making arrests. But as long as there are disaffected men seeking brotherhood, purpose, and a sense of belonging, organizations like the Mongols will continue to exist. The Mongols Motorcycle Club represents the dark side of the American dream, a criminal empire built on violence, drugs, and loyalty. They are feared by their enemies, hunted by law enforcement, and respected within the outlaw motorcycle club world. This is how the Mongols Motorcycle Club actually works. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the Mongols Motorcycle Club. If you found this documentary informative and want to see more content like this, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss our latest uploads. What do you think about the Mongols MC? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, stay safe out there.